back to channel. Today we're going to start the Staphylococci. Actually it belongs to the family Micrococcaceae and the genera Staphylococcus. And this is a gram-positive cocci arranged in the clusters, here you can see, and this cause a localized suppurative infections. And they were first observed by the Recklinghausen and they are isolated by the Pasteur, and they're the main cause for the pyogenic infections in our body. And this was proved that they are pyogenic by the Alexander Oxygen. And the name Staphylococcus means staphyle means grapes, coccus means berry in Greek. So together nothing but the grapes like coccus. And it gives and the Rosenbach describe the Staphylo aureus and also albus. They are the species, different species of the Staphylus genus. And the Pesset describe the Staphylus citrus. So what are all? Let us go into the detail. So the importance of the human importance of the different species of Staphylococcus are Staphyle aureus, Staphyle epidermidis, Staphyle saprophyticus, Staphyle hominis, Staphyle himalaytus, and Staphyle simulans. And now let us see the morphology. The morphological features are, it is gram-positive cocci with 1 mm in diameter, and they are usually arranged as clusters due to the cell division occurring in the 3 planes, and the daughter cells are like close to each other, so appear like a bunch of clusters. And they are non-motile because no flagella, and they are non-sporing because it doesn't form any spores, and they are non-capsulated, they are not having any capsule. And next let us see the cultivation. They are usually grown on different kinds of cultured mediums, as you see here. They are divided into based on pigmentations like aureus on golden yellow, you can see golden yellow colonies, and citrus lemon color, and albus white color. So S epidermis, S saprophyticus, and S aureus, based on the pigmentations they are divided like this. And they are usually grown on the nutrient agar, or they may be grown on the nutrient agar slanting like an oil paint appearance, or in the blade agar. Here you can see the blade agar. So the epidermidis don't cause the hemolysis, and the Staphylococcus epidermis on the blade agar plate, and the aureus causes typical hemolysis because of beta hemolysis property, that is nothing but breakdown of RBC, especially in the sheep and rabbit blood. And also sometimes we use the McConkey's agar for small lactose fermenting colonies which are pink. And the selective media can the Staphylococcus can tolerate the 5 to 10% of the sodium chloride, lithium chloride, telluride, polymyxin, and used in a selector media. So for that we can take the salt milk agar and mannitol salt agar, and also Ludmann's agar. And the enrichment broth can be salt cooked meat medium. So this is just about the introduction. And the culture characters, they need some cultivating characters. They are like aerobes, and they're facultative anaerobes, that is anaerobic then when they undergo fermentation, and the optimum temperature is 37 degrees, and the optimum pH is 7.5, and they can actually grow even on the ordinary media. Biochemical properties like it ferments many sugars with the acids, and also the catalase is positive reaction, and it produces the phosphatase, and it liquefies the gelatin, reduces nitrate, indole test is negative, but the methyl red, Vogt-Prosker, citrate, and Urey's test are positive. Antigen, they are like, first one let us see about the polysaccharide capsule. It is nothing but which inhibits the opsonization and phagocytosis, and the peptidoglycan is for the rigidity to the cell and activates the complement and induces the release of the cytokines. And the teichoic acid is antigenic component which facilitates the addition of coca and protect them from the complement mediated opsonization. And the protein A, which is very important special character antigen on the cell wall, which is chemotactic and also the antiphagotic, and it shows the anti-complementary effects. And 90% of the strains of the aureus, especially the Covan one, and it is absent on the coagulase negative Staphylococcus. It binds to the FC terminal of IgG, leaving the Fab region free to combine with the antigens. And the suspension of cells coated with IgG treated with homologous antigen combines with the Fab free portions and get attached, causing the agglutination. This is also known as coagulation reaction. The resistance, actually not only resistant, they are sometimes also sensitive. It is killed by heat at 60 degrees in 30 minutes and killed at 62 degrees in 30 minutes sometimes. And they are sensitive to disinfectants like phenol, aniline dyes, and they are viable for 2 to 3 months in the dry pus. And they are resistant to the lysozyme but sometimes sensitive to the lysofin. And the penicillin resistant strains are due to the production of the penicillinase, and this is controlled actually by the plasmid. And the resistance to penicillin cephalosporins may be due to the reduction in the affinity of the penicillin binding protein to the cell wall with the beta-lactam antibodies. So this is important. And the changes, usually the chromosomal resistance also extends to cover the other beta-lactamase resistant penicillin such as methicillium and colchicine. And next, coming to the plasmid bond resistance to the erythromycin tetracycline aminoglycosides except vancomycin. So it is not resistant only to the vancomycin. Enzymes, we have the coagulase. The coagulase is one which clots the human plasma, and it acts as a coagulase reacting factor in plasma, binds to the prothrombin and converts the fibrinogen into the fibrin. And usually it is produced in the log phase of the growth, and the 8 coagulase types are identified till now. And the most human strains produce the coagulase A. Lipase. The lipase is a degrade lipid and help in infecting the skin subcutaneous tissues. And the hyaluronidase, it breaks down the connective tissue by hydrolyzing the hyaluronic acid in the ground substance and facilitates the spreading of the infection. And next, coming to the nuclease. Actually here there is no nuclease, I am saying extra, that is there which degrades the nucleic acid. And coming to the staphylokinase, it is which having the fibrinolytic activity and helps in the spread of the infection. And next, coming to the protein receptors. The protein receptors are receptors for the fibrinogen, IgG, complement compound, CIQ, and also facilitate addition to the host cell tissue. And others like which produce also proteases. Surveillance factors, let's see the enterotoxins. The enterotoxins are which cause the food poisoning, and their heat stable 100 degrees for 10 to 14 minutes, and 2/3 of the strains are produced. It has 8 antigenic types. And the enterotoxins also act as an autonomic nervous system to cause the illness. And the tests can be done by latex examination, and ELISA are available for its detection. And next, coming to the toxic shock syndrome toxin. Actually they form the toxic shock syndrome, and the most of the strains producing it belong to the phage group 1, and 90% of the strains are isolated mainly from the vagina, and also patients of toxic shock syndrome associated mainly with the menstruation and some other side. Leukocidin, it causes the damage to the polymorphs and also the macrophages. And we have the epidermolytic toxin, that is a staphylococcus scaleidal syndrome, which exfoliates the skin disease, and the layer of the epidermis gets separated from the underlying tissue. Of the examples of exfoliation, that the skin is removed from the other part. The alpha toxin, which causes the necrosis of the skin and also hemolysis. And the clinical finding is that pyogenic are skin infection, organ infection, systematic infection, and the toxigenic are food poisoning, toxic shock syndrome, sclerate skin syndrome. Here you can see the folliculitis and impetigo like this, and also the furuncle here, and also the carbuncle here. Skin infections like peritonitis, cellulitis, and also hordeolum. So wound infections. Viscous and the lesions have a clear boundary and are localized. Types of organ infections, like first comes the skin infection. We have seen before in diagrams of folliculates, boils, impetigo, carbuncles, fermentants, wounds and burns infections. And coming to the respiratory type, they are like causing the sinusitis, bronchopneumonia, lung abscess, so you can see pneumonia. And coming to the central nervous system, they are causing the meningitis, and also they are causing the intracranial thromboplepsis and also abscess. And coming to the endovascular infections like bacteremia, endocarditis, and also instrumental diabetes. And the musculoskeletal like osteomyelitis, arthritis, bursitis, and pyomyositis. Septicemia, pyemia originate from any localized lesion, skin infection, wound infection, or result intravenous drug abuse. So it is a danger triangle squeezing spots can kill you if it's unlucky. Into food poisoning, that is the gastroenteritis and the toxic shock syndrome. Because of the toxin type of food poisoning causing the nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, the symptoms appear after 2 to 6 hours of ingestion of food which is infected in meat, fish, milk products, or cooked and left at room temperature for many minutes, and contamination with the staphylococci, and they accumulate there, and the person leads to affected with the food poisoning. And also the scaled skin syndrome, which is because exfoliate skin disease, outer layer of epidermis gets separated from underlying tissue. And the Ritter's disease is in a newborn, and also the toxic epidermal necrolysis in adults and other Firmicutes neonatum and bulbous impetigo. The shock syndrome we have characterized by fever, headache, congestion, conjunctional reddening, and also subcutaneous edema, and also vomiting, diarrhea, discrimination of hands and feet, acute renal failure, disseminated intravascular coagulation, and also hypotensive shock and death are seen in the toxic shock syndrome. These infections do not elicit strong or long-lasting immunity as demonstrated by continuing susceptibility of individuals to SRS infections throughout the life. And the laboratory diagnostics. So different types of diagnostics, especially if, according to the species, if they are pyogenic lesions from the pus and cerebrospinal fluid in meningitis, blood in the septicemia, and also we take the vomitus or fecus from food poisoning, urine in the urinary tract infections, and sputum in the respiratory infections. So these are collected actually in a sterile container by using the standard position, and they are transported to laboratory as early as possible. And the microscopic examination can be done by wet preparation of liquid specimen which shows the pus cells, and the gram stain, gram positive cocaine clusters along with the pus cells. And the different cultures use inoculation on the blood agar suspected to scant. If there's scanty of suspected case, then we use the swabs from the carriers or feces from the food poisoning. And also specimen is also inoculated on the selective media such as salt milk agar, mannitol salt agar, and also the Ludman's media if we already discussed. And they are incubated overnight because the colony need to grow and we need to check it in the next day. So in the next day when we see it, we process it further, identification and confirmation by the Gram staining, and also culture smear of biochemical reactions. So what are those biochemical reactions? The catalyst test positive. Actually, the catalyst test positive is from the streptococci, which we can differentiate from other species. In the test positive of the Staphylo aureus to differentiate the aureus from other species of Staphylococci. And the serology is that anti-staphylosis in more than 2 units, rising titre is significant. And antibiotic sensitive testing we can done by Cribio-Burdis diffusion method. If you remember, we use antibiotics like penicillin, cephotryx, genetils, erythromycin, clindamycin, tetracycline, vancomycin, etc. So what is the treatment? Finally we have come. The treatment is that if there are antibiotic sensitive testing because of the problem of drug resistance in the Staphylococci, because we need to test it. Some are resistance to penicillin, they are known as MRCA species, MRSA species. So the mild topical lesions are treated with the bacitracin, benzyl, penicillin, erythromycin, oxacil, vancomycin are commonly used. So the penicillin is producing the Staphylococci are treated with erythromycin, methicillin and colaxin. But the methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus usually treated with the vancomycin. So that is important. Vancomycin is important because we treat it when the methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus is present. For Staphyloepidermolysis, actually the coagulase negative it is, and it is usually non-pathogenic but cause infection when the whole defenses are breached, that is less immunity. And common cause is by stitches. It is caused by septicemia because in prediction to grown implanted foreign bodies like heart valves, shunts, and also causes endocarditis in drug addicts and sensitive to novobacin. And also we have another species that is Saprophyticus. It is coagulative negative and is present only on skin periurethral area. It is also pathogenic, cause the urinary tract infections in young female, and it is also resistant to the novobiocin. So the epidermis is sensitive to novobiocin and the Saprophyticus is resistant to novobiocin. This other mention is no vaccine against it. So the cleanliness, frequent hand washing, aseptic management of lesion help to control the aureus is a coagulase positive, and the negative are the epidermis and also the Saprophyticus. Characteristics of the Staphylococcus aureus are: it has a coagulates production, deoxyribonuclease production, mannitol fermentation, B2 hemolysis on blood agar, golden yellow pigment production, gelatin liquefaction, phosphatase production, and also telluride reduction. This we need. Different typing methods like bacteriophage typing, in which the Staphylococci is typed on the basis of susceptibility to the bacteriophage, and in the serological typing, strains of Staphylococcus possess the common cell surface antigen factor, that is they are agglutinated by any staphylococcal serum, and the antisera is against the staphylococcus aureus is first treated with the heterologous strain to remove the common agglutinin. So there are two typing methods, that is the Kauman's method and the slide agglutination method. The Kauman method is the sera is absorbed to divide the species into three types, that is Kauman 1, Kauman 2 and 3. And the slide agglutination method is based on 30 types of specific antigens and 30 types of Staph aureus have been identified. And the Coagulase negative staphylococci do not have the specific type of antigens. And it's coming to the other typing methods are like they include ribotyping, DNA fingerprinting and also the antibiogram typing. So these are different typing methods of Staphylococcus.